Hi guys, so this is my fourth take on trying to make this video. I've either been interrupted or had technical problems with my webcam, which is what happened the last time. And so, here's for hoping that this one actually works, because I'm getting really tired of trying to get this to work. Anyway, so I am doing a review on Season 2 of The Walking Dead. And in this season has 13 episodes, but it leaves you with a little bit more of, not having to deal with the fact that it's such a short season. Okay, so in this season, we pretty much are brought in on the group, stuck on a highway because they are having problems with their vehicle. Well, I guess it would be the camper. And they're slowly running out of gas because obviously during an apocalypse, gas is kind of hard to come by. You're not going to be able to go and fill up at a gas station unless there's a little bit left. In this one, they end up getting attacked by a horde of walkers and end up losing one of their group in the woods, Sophia, who is Carol's daughter. So, more than half the season is pretty much them searching for her, and then also trying to save Carl, considering he ends up getting shot by some hunters. The hunters bring Rick and Shane, to a farm, which then we are introduced to Herschel, Maggie, Beth, and their whole family. Both family and people they care about, and so on and so forth. This season definitely brought in perspective to me that there are three characters I pretty much hated from the very beginning, and that would be Shane, Lori, and Andrea. Shane, for the simple fact that he's a lying, deceiving asshole. He pretty much convinces Lori that her husband is dead when you saw the fact that he was, still alive, and, starts sleeping with her. And then he just continues to lie throughout this whole season, about different things, about people. Oh, this person ran away, or this person, died trying to save, the group and everything, when he's off murdering people left and right. He also really doesn't listen to the rules that Herschel, puts forth for their group, like the no shooting guns, no shooting the walkers. Once they've all find out about the walkers in the barn, which yes is really, really messed up, but if you want to stay somewhere and someone sets forth rules, you kind of have to follow them, or you're going to have to be on the road again. Lori, for the fact that, yes, she thought her husband was dead, so, technically she was considered a free woman and not obligated to her marriage anymore. But it's like, your husband died like 2 or 3 months ago, and you're already sleeping with another man, and you're having a baby with another man, and you lied to your husband about the fact that, oh, yeah, it's your baby. No, it's not. You've had sex like once since he's been back, and, probably much further along than you think. Not to mention, she kind of, puts all of her problems on other people. Like, she tries to get Glenn to do all the dirty work by going into town and getting, a pregnancy test, or I guess it was the morning after pill, technically. I'm not really sure about that, but, she just kind of puts her problems on other people and tries to get them to do things for her. It's kind of one of those things where, unless you're a kid like Carl, even though he ends up being able to take care of himself pretty much, you should be a little bit more self-sufficient than that. That's like even Daryl tells her that he's not someone's errand boy. whenever she wants him to go into town and find Rick. And Andrea, just for the simple fact that she's always been that character that's been extremely whiny. Like, she thinks it's not fair that, oh, they expect this of me and da-da-da-da-da, and you're treating me so unfairly. It's like, first, life's not really fair. And not to mention, she starts falling for Shane when you can clearly tell the guy's not a good person. It's kind of nice that you kind of see a relationship blooming between Glenn and Maggie, though at first, you know, she's kind of poking fun at him, and, you know, obviously you can tell Herschel's not too happy about it, but it's kind of that relationship that has, you know, starts to keep you going and see, you know, there are good things that can happen in such a bad thing. And another thing that kind of made me, going back on the people I hated in this, because I apparently can't keep on track because I'm kind of hyper at the moment, but the simple fact that Andrea pretty much tells Beth that it's okay for her to let the pain in and essentially try to, well, basically tells her that it's okay for her to kill herself. You know, whether you're in a zombie apocalypse or, you know, in everyday life, suicide's just not the answer, you know. It's the coward's way out, and, you know, I don't know, it's just one of those things where it's like, you don't tell someone to do that. That's not even right. You also begin to see Carl rebelling more. Like, he has this hatred growing inside of him, and he starts not listening like he should and doing things, you know, without telling people. Like, when he went to Daryl's campsite and took his gun and inevitably gets Dale killed because he ends up, you know, terrorizing a walker in the woods that was stuck in the swamp at first. You know, you start to see him become a little brat in a way, and it's just like, wow, you need to, you know, actually grow up and not be like this. Parts in this season that I really liked had to be basically Daryl telling Carol about the Cherokee Rose. That was probably one of my favorite parts of this, along with the episode of Chupacabra where you start seeing a little more into Daryl's past, you know, his relationship with his brother, and of course, you know, it's all because he's hallucinating these things, but it's still you know, it's still one of those episodes that stick with you no matter what. I think that they are getting so much better with doing all the zombie stuff. You know, you get to see the well zombie, and, you know, because that part was super gross. And, you know, you start seeing more groups come into play, whether it's Rick's group or Herschel's group or the group that inevitably traps and tries to kill Rick, Herschel, and Glenn when they're stuck in the bar. I don't think, besides, you know, the constant lying that is going on with some of the characters, I don't really think there is anything I really hated about this season. Like, this season and probably season 3 or 4 are probably one of my favorite seasons. I really am like, like I'm trying to rack my brain on something that I didn't like what they did, but I'm not finding anything. So honestly, I don't know. It was one of my favorite seasons just because of all the character building that was going on, and I don't know. They brought new characters in that, kind of have impacted the storyline so far. So, yep, that's what I think on that one. So, I don't know, give me your opinions, leave comments, like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Anyway, I will see you on the next one. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. It could be Supernatural, The Walking Dead. I might do some anime ones. I don't know. Give me your opinions and, all that fun stuff. Alright, bye.